Hey, how's it going guys? Ricky Summer here, and today I've come back in time to play Equinox for the very first time. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Vice Galactic. What's your pleasure? We deliver.
Alright, welcome back to Warframe. Equinox, I'm ready. What do we know about Equinox? I know that Equinox it exists in some sort of duality, in some sort of dual state. Male, female, dark and light. I know that a lot of people really like Equinox, and I've been very excited for this video. So let's have a look. Let's jump straight into the abilities here. Alright, let's start off with the passive. 10% of health orbs are converted into energy, and 10% of energy orbs are converted into health. Okay, look, I'm never going to be mad about that. Fantastic. Metamorphosis, what's up? Here we go. Switch forms. Already on the one, we've got form switching. Interesting. I wasn't really sure how the form switching was going to work. I was like musing earlier today, is it going to be the 4 and it's like a big deal? Or could it even be like Mirage where it's based on dark and light? But that's cool. Here we go. Switch forms temporarily gain bonus shields and armor in night form, or bonus damage and speed in day form. Okay. Already I like this. The ability to switch between attack and defense. Okay. Rest and rage. In night form, targets are put to sleep. Alright, okay. I mean, you know how I love my sleep in Avara. Here we go. In day form, targets become more vulnerable to damage. Alright, so hear me out. What's stopping you from going night form, sleep, day form, and take advantage of the vulnerability? What's stopping you from doing that? Okay, so already I'm getting the feeling that Equinox is going to be a spammy frame, because all these abilities are, you know, you switch back and forth and it's temporary. You're probably switching back and forth a lot and then spamming these abilities in one form then the other. I'm so ready. All right, pacify and provoke. I love this, the duality. It's this and that. It's twice the abilities. Very cool. In night form, reduces damage inflicted by nearby enemies. Again, that defense, night is defense. In day form, increases ability strength of nearby allies. Do you count as an ally? I think in the past you have. Is it yourself and allies? I'm going to assume it is. Last one, mend and maim. Mend, is there healing? Oh, buddy, okay. In night form, ally shields are replenished with each nearby enemy killed. Yes, reward me for the carnage. In day form, enemies are inflicted with bleed status effect. Deactivate while in night form to restore health and shields for Equinox and allies. Deactivate while in day form to cast a wave of slashing force. Okay, that's a little complex, but so in theory, so we could cast 4 in day form, switch to night, then deactivate and we get healed. Or vice versa, or we don't switch at all and we just like double up on damage, or we double up on shields. Yes. This is cool. Okay, so already, I mean, like, you know, the duality of Equinox here. I think this is a really cool idea. Just on paper, potential main rotation frame. Absolutely. You know, versatile frames are fantastic. Spammy frames are a lot of fun. Let's have a look at some of the tips. Select bright emissive colors to default Equinox to her day form when entering missions, or dark emissive colors for her night form. What? That's genius. So the default form is going to depend on our color palette. Oh, okay. So we have to fashion Equinox before we even play them. Oh, we gotta. That's all right. That's actually the most pog-worthy thing so far. You know me. I love my fashion. Metamorphosis to Equinox day form to receive increased weapon damage and movement speed. Weapon damage, that's alright, cool. Yeah, I'm all for that. Metamorphosis buffs decay over time. Switch forms often to maximize their effects. I figured, yeah, it's going to be a form switching spammy sort of situation. In Equinox's night form, rest sleeping effect makes it easier to pick off enemies while mend is active, increasing its regenerating effect to allies. What? This is a lot of verbiage for my dyslexic brain. Let me try to unpack that. I got it. Okay, so we do rest, night form, sleep them, then we do the 4 as we kill enemies quicker, we gotta get the shields back quicker. Interesting. So, all right, yeah, okay, cool. I'm really excited to play around with these synergies. Cast Rage while Provoke is active to increase enemy damage vulnerability. Oh man, yes. Metamorphosize to Equinox's Night Form while Provoke is active to apply its bonus ability strength to the temporary armor and shield gaining from switching forms. The verbiage on this is dense. My brain hates this. But I love where it's leading us. I love the implications here. Pacify and Provoke drain Equinox's energy only when enemies are within range. Oh, beautiful. Oh, okay, you love to see it. Recast Maim and discharge all stored damage to break nearby containers and resource deposits. My god, there's so much in this frame. Holy shit. All right, I mean, we have to fashion this individual straight off the bat. Emissive. So I'll be really interested to see. All right, let's hang on. We'll hold off. We'll get to that in a second. So let's throw on our favorite situation here. We'll go for that perp strat, which is not too dissimilar to the default color scheme here. Ooh, not bad. A nice custard situation. Maybe we won't go that dark. We'll go this one here. Tertiary will be. What if we do the hella pink, or maybe we do a little perp. Perp one side, pink the other. Accents. Oh, that's got to be the pink, yeah? Yeah, what if we do the opposite? Yeah. Oh man, this is dense. Maybe we change this to a. I don't know about that. I know we'll maybe so far back off to a bad start there, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so the emissive color, is it going to give us an indication of what it, if we? All right, so I mean, emissive is usually our heavy pink there. Is it going to give us an indication of who we're going to go into a default to? I'm not sure who I want to default to, honestly. Hey, look, I guess we'll find out. It's probably going to be light, so we're probably going to be day form here. Also, Jester Arc, I see you there. He's just narred me? You can't nah yourself. Jester Arc is another streamer and friend of the channel. He's actually been streaming some Warframe lately, so I'll put a link to his Twitch channel in the description below. Check that out. Okay, let's have a look at some modding here. I mean, straight off the bat, what's going to be beneficial? I'm leaning a little bit towards Intensify. So what's that going to do? That's going to bump us up to shield capacity to 65. Speed increase is a 1% increase on default, and it's just 0.13 instead of 0.1. I mean, not huge. Oh yeah, hang on, what about the aura? I gotta slap on an aura first. What is this, Bush League? Corrosive, look, I mean, we'll go Energy Siphon. Yeah, and we'll throw on, I'm assuming Streamline, because we're gonna be kind of spammy here. And what have we got in the way of the Zarin? I mean, I don't know. Energy spent on abilities is converted to shields. What if we, I mean, what if we just become Shield Lord, right? Because if we're always pumping shields anyway, and we're spamming, like, we'll never run out of shields. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Otherwise, is Steel Fiber worth it? Maybe we'll just do Steel Fiber to start off with. We'll give this a hot red try. We'll see how it goes. Let's jump into survival. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready as all hell. I've brought Kuva Chakur. The reason being, she's already maxed, so I'm not gonna just split my affinity here. So interestingly enough, we've defaulted to Night Form, is that right? So our favored heavy pink is going to get us in Night Form. So let's try the switch here. And now we're Heavy Lord, doing the Heavy D. So we're on Ceres here, partially for the affinity. And I don't want to make the same mistake that I've made in the past, which is just head straight for Sedna on a frame that maybe doesn't start out too strong at rank 0, you know? We'll see how we go. Okay, so then if we switch back, then our shields go up. I gotcha. Switch back. At the moment, I'm not really feeling the need to switch. But I'm sure it'll become super useful later. Oh, the red crit though. The red crits. I mean, so far so good with the energy. I'm not running out of energy at all. I guess I could be switching a little more often. I mean, let's try it out. I'll go heavy on the switch, like a lab rat on amphetamines, and switch back. There we go. And switch back. I gotta say, I really like the look of the day form. It's like an alternate universe like hellscape Power Ranger, and I'm here for it. All right, here we go. Here's the big one. We've got Rest and Rage, right? That's the one. So we're in night form. Pop it. Individuals are asleep. Let's go. Okay. All right. Hold on. Hold on. I need to swap here and swap back because we took a little bit of D. So we've got to stay active here to stay alive. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, we're in night form. Pop them asleep. Go to day form. Pop it again. Back to night form, please. I need help at all times. Okay, now it's starting to get a little bit furry. A little bit hairy. Sir. I like it though. I like it. I feel hungry. I feel like I'm on the edge here, on the edge of glory. Yo, Dad's here. Yo, Dad has come to cheer his boy on as he plays with a new frame. Let's do him proud.
Never fear! Your right-hand Grenier is here!
Alright, I slid out for a hot second to change weps. I've actually gone back to Amprex. It's been a hot minute since I've used Amprex, but I'm getting a sense that it's the right fit for Equinox at the moment. Alright, so we've unlocked, what is it? Something in Pacify. Let's see what happens. So, during night form, I think it increases... Was it armor or shields? It just generally makes us more survivable. And it gives an ability strength boost when we're in day form. So let's go day form. We'll pop that and then make them vulnerable as well. Can we do that? I gotta say that the 2 seems to be a little bit difficult to trigger. I don't think it triggers in the air. Is that correct? So you've got to be firmly planted on the ground. See, like it doesn't... I'm hitting it. It's not doing any invalid target. Oh, that's fair. Okay, that's my fault. So it will only trigger when there are individuals in the vicinity. Okay, good to know. So I've got to be a little bit careful with that. I can't just slap it willy-nilly. So we go back. Yeah, we kind of up our shields there, right? Or it's like the regen. Oh, that regen's going up. Yeah, okay. So my first round of Equinox was... It's interesting, you know, I feel like if you're not on the ball, it's actually a really squishy frame if you are not out there spamming abilities and keeping track of what's triggered in what form, in what aspect, then things can go south. So I actually did die quite a bit, comedic timing, but I feel like, it does feel like it was my fault. Okay, so I've slid back in. We got shields now instead of armor, so I'm feeling a little bit safer. I gotta say, like, I'm dying quite a lot. It's an interesting frame. I feel powerful, yet also squishy. Like I said before, I wouldn't classify Equinox as a glass cannon. Equinox is an attention tank. The moment you stop paying attention, they stop being a tank. Okay, so we've got the 4 unlocked. I'm ready to try it out. Here we go. So in night form, we keep it popped in night form, and shields are going to replenish as we go. Now, the question here is what I'm interested in finding out, what I'm unclear on is... Okay, so it's just on, right? It's on. Okay, so if I switch to day form, it changes, right? It doesn't keep the night form bonus. Ah, okay. I was kind of hoping it was going to do that, because then... Like, what you could do is just keep the shields up while you're doing the increased D of the day form. So, the way it was written, I assumed that you could switch, and then you had to deactivate it, but it seems that switching deactivates it, rather. Okay. Oh, man, there's a lot to remember here. There's a minutia to Equinox that... You know, hitherto is unseen. That's not entirely true. I've played other complex frames, but not quite like this, you know? It's 2 very distinct flavors of frame you gotta get used to, and they just happen to complement each other because they kind of fill each other's gaps. But, you know, part of me was hoping that, you know, with all the, and maybe Equinox gets there eventually. But I was kind of hoping that with all the shield replenishing abilities would basically be unstoppable. But, you know what? I respect that we're not. I respect that that you got to stay on the ball and you can't just coast through this situation like like Protea. I love Protea. I'll never stop loving Protea. Oh man, okay. I think I've got it now. I think I finally appreciate Equinox. We started out, you know, as we always do, interesting on paper. Then it's like, oh yo, this is hard to play a little bit. But I think I got it. The 4 is actually huge. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, let's slide on over to modding because I'm having some thoughts. I think streamline is important because I very rarely run out of energy, but like I'm teetering here. I think we want to keep intensify. Redirection, at least for the sake of ranking up, has been really helpful. However, if I'm going to abuse that 4, it might actually be worth like swapping something else out. So what would I swap out? I mean, intensify is as intensify does, right? Well, I mean, like straight up, we should be using, do we want more duration? I think we do. So I'm still not too sure about the 2. In this case, the 2 is feeling like my least, hang on. Unless it's a radius around the target. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Okay. So radius, duration. I mean, like it's like the kitchen sink when it comes to modding, I think. Throw stretch on there. Because then we go from, on pacify and provoke, we go from 10 to almost 15 meters. And range from 30 to, so there's range and there's, so I imagine range is the range of the, how far away the enemy can be. And then radius is the radius around that enemy. Okay. So stretch is actually a huge tier for us. I'd be really tempted. I mean, I know, guys. I know. I'd be really tempted to also throw all the auger stuff on there because I feel like, you know, duration, range, just that little extra bit, plus all the shield nonsense. Like if we just maximize the shield game, I feel that's huge. I think, yeah, I'm gonna want, I also gotta put my arcanes on there, but I think I'm gonna want to potato Equinox. I'm liking Equinox so far. All right, before we do the time jump here, let's have a look at the augment mods. Okay, duality, metamorphosis augment. Equinox's other half breaks free for 10 seconds, dealing 300% damage. What? Oh yeah, okay, I want that for sure. Calm and Frenzy, Rest and Rage Augment. Killing an affected enemy causes the effect to spread to enemies within 5 meters for 100% of the remaining duration. Yeah, okay, so that basically negates any issue I have with Rest and Rage, with it being predominantly single target. Like, it's single target with a very small radius of effect, right? And yeah, we can up that radius, but if we can make it spread as well, oh, that changes the game entirely. Yes, I want that. All right. Peaceful Provocation. Pacify and Provoke Augment. Pacify converts damage done to allies into an aura that slows enemies for 40%. Provoke converts damage done to enemies into 15% extra ability strength. That actually sounds huge as well. Oh, magnificent. Okay. Energy Transfer. Mend and Maim Augment. 100% of charge is conserved when switching between forms. It remains active? Okay. Honestly, all of these augments sound fantastic. I think I want all of them. Okay, guys, let's do the time jump. All right, welcome back. So we've done the stream, and I'll be honest, I'm a little bit surprised by the advice. Let's slide on over to Dayform here and cause some situations if no one disagrees, and we'll slide back. And then we'll pop the 4, which is difficult to see over my microphone, and we'll go be a shield monger. Honestly, that's my favorite part of this whole situation here, is just mongering the shields. Anyway, so I was surprised by your advice in the stream, because a lot of you suggested that you don't switch a lot. I mean, you watched the first half of the video. My take on Equinox was, the whole point of the frame is you just switch back and forth and try to synergize a lot. So my first misconception there was that there were more synergies between night and day, and there's actually not to the extent that I thought, considering that, yeah, I've got a hound, by the way, so we did the whole, you know, I've killed my first sister, so... Like, the weapons are cool, but the hounds are actually what I'm pogging out about. Anyway, so my first misconception was that abilities cast in one form will persist through to the day, but that doesn't seem to be the case as far as I'm aware. Correct me if I am wrong, but I think at least for the most part that is not the case. So let's swap back here. Let's pop the 4. Let's also get the 3 going, because that's going to reduce the amount of damage that individuals can do. we just popped him through the shield. So good. Yeah, as you switch it deactivates the 4 rather than triggering it, which is a little bit of a shame. So it is very much like playing 2 different frames. It's not 2, how do I put this? It's not 2 frames that are bouncing off each other. It's 2 separate frames that you switch between. And even in saying that, like, I'm fairly confident in that statement, but I also am kind of slightly not. I'm like 90% confident that that is actually correct. So you guys let me know if I got it wrong. So, after all that finagling, the advice that I was given was keep 3 up at all times. So let's make sure we're doing that. Yeah, abuse the 4 as I anticipated, because the 4 seems huge, especially for night form. But everyone was like, day form's the strat. And this blew my mind a little bit. Instead of switching back and forth, chat was like, yo, I just play day form. What is happening? Speaking of which, speaking of things that are happening, let's go save our precious doggo, because I love this guy. Honestly, I think the DE design team have outdone themselves with the design of the hounds. Absolute masterpieces of design. I love them so much. Let's pop the 4 again. So what I've been doing is basically just abusing the 4. See, I do quite like the idea of switching back and forth. So I think I would like to maintain that. Now, apparently there is a build that you can put together with the Augment for the 1 that will actually like give you some synergy for the switching. Plus there's that Augment that doesn't deactivate the 4, I think it is, or it doesn't deactivate something. We had a look at it just like 2 seconds ago in the first half of the video. Energy transfer, mend and maim Augment. 100% of charge is conserved when switching between forms. There is that ability that will allow you to have a little bit of that synergy back and forth. But I haven't got it right now. So we're unaugmented here, because I do not have access to the purchasing of those augments as of yet. But I'm making my way in the world today. I'm getting there, you know. But in any case, my take on Equinox is based on chat's recommendation plus my own, you know, experience here. My own experience is I wanna abuse the 4 in night form to get as many shields up as humanly possible. And then, you know what? Why not? I'll pop it. Then I'll go to day form. I'll get 3 up. I'll get 4 up as well. And you know what? Let's also pop that. Something I haven't been using enough of is the 2. Now there is that augment that allows it to spread, which would be huge. Honestly, that would make me love the 2. I say without ever having actually tried that augment, but you know, on paper, if it works the way it suggests, then absolutely I want that augment. But as it stands, let's pop 4 here. Look, as it stands, I feel a hell of a lot more capable than I did unranked. I'll tell you that much for free. Anyway, let's head back to the orbiter and let's discuss build and mods, huh? Everyone say hi to Ghost Warframe. Okay, let's have a look at mods. So, as anticipated, stretch. Everyone was like, yo, stretch. Yes, absolutely. Considering the nature of rest and rage, I mean, what do we got? It's, by default, its radius is 5. Okay, I overestimated the upgraded radius a little bit. We're at 8.75 meters, up from 5. So look, it's a little bit better. I'd love that to be more, and I'd love that to spread. Like, spreading is just, oh man. Yeah, I want that. I want that so bad. But as it stands, you know, our duration is now almost 35 seconds on that. Our ultimate range is 87.5, up from 50. What else is going to benefit from stretch? Oh, the pacify and provoke is 28 meters, up from 16. You know, like that's That's actually decent, and Mend and Maim is 31.5 up from 18. So I mean, it's no slouch there. And I've decided to go ham into duration. So sorry, into range. So to that end, let's actually swap these individuals around so that it's easier for me to see. So we've got Stretch and Augur Reach. I know. I mean, like, look, I still haven't quite gauged whether my over-reliance on the Augur mods is shameful or actually commendable. I don't know. But to me, it makes sense. We're a heavy shield frame. We're always replenishing shields, which is a mechanic I actually really, really friggin' love. The 4, what's it called? Mend and Maim is one of my favorite abilities in the game right now. Just that mechanic just really, really tickles me. Like I said previously, it's a reward for doing something fun. It's like double dopamine. It's great. So yeah, I've doubled down on range. We've got Streamline in there. I feel like that is actually useful. I don't know how useful continuity is, but I have doubled down on duration with Augur Message and Primed Continuity. Like, I guess we sleep for longer, right? So that's beneficial. If I'm going to be using Rest and Rage a lot more, yeah, absolutely useful. If not, then maybe not so much. If I end up not relying so much on it. No, actually, but the bonus we get from Metamorphosis is going to last longer. So yes, I am excited about that. That is good. I feel like going to, almost 40 seconds from 25 is, like, I'd like that to be a little bit longer. But look, all right, DE, I see you there trying to cheat me out of my Metamorphosis. I see you, but that's okay. So that's the build I got going so far. I feel like it works. You know, I quite like Equinox. I think I'm still a student of Equinox. There's still a lot in there that my brain has trouble remembering. So I'm gonna keep playing Equinox. I kind of see Equinox as a really interesting basis to build off of, which is why I'm so interested in formering, absolutely, and potentially potatoing, just to have like a little more of a playground to like min-max and play around with some ideas. But I'll have to have a look at some builds, and it's going to be, I think, heavily dependent on those augments when I finally get them. I'm working my way through the syndicates. I've recently switched syndicates to Parent Sequence and New Loco because they've like all the augments that I want, those guys give it. So I'm building my way up through the ranks there. And I think I'm maybe one away from actually being able to buy a lot of mods. We'll see. But I'm excited for that. Equinox, really interesting frame. Pog, but also makes my brain hurt a little bit. But not as much as I initially thought, because I thought there was a lot more synergy between the night and day. But yeah, I really like the frame. Alright guys, you guys let me know in the comments, what do you think of Equinox? I had a lot of people egging me on, like, yo, when's the Equinox video coming out? When are you going to try Equinox? Yo, we've friggin' done it, man. So you guys let me know, what do you think of Equinox? Give me your tips and tricks, build ideas, critique my modding. Go ahead, do it, you won't. But for the moment, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to gently caress that like button, be excellent to each other, and I'll see you next time. Ricky Summer, out.